Oh, Charlie, your father worked here?
Yeah, Dad worked on the railway here in Westport. He came to Westport in about 1950, 51. And he worked down at the depot at the quay at the time. That was the goods depot. And he came here as a steam engineer, a steam driver. Then originally he started out, when he signed up first with the railway, he was only about 14 years. He started as a stoker. That'd be the man now that'd be lighting the firebox for that steam engine down there this morning. So you'd have to be up at maybe 5 o'clock in the morning and start to clean out the ash box first, and then start up the fire. You get a good fire and get a head of steam. As you can see that engine down there this morning now, she's putting up steam there big time. He'll need a fair bit of steam to get out of here to Westport. In fact, he came in on a hill. He'll be going out on a hill, so he'll need a good bit. He'll need to be a head of steam, as they call it, to get up and pull those. I suppose there's 8 carriages on that steam engine now.
The one behind us there, yeah?
Yeah, the one behind us. So that'll be that'll be a fair old pull out of town. But,
and would you be down now hanging around the trains and all that?
As a kid, we went. My first school, believe it or not, was St. Columkills at the time at the quay. So we would have to, on our way to school, we'd have to cross the line. So the great drivers of the time and the steam men at the time, I suppose, there was Mick Maher, and there was Davy Garrivan, and there was men like that. There was the Blaney, Pat Blaney. Now he was near the end of his tether at that time, but he was the man that drove the last train from Achill on the Achill line in 1937. October 1937, he came in here on the last train from Achill. And all those men, they all worked on the line at that time. And we would be passing them on the way to school. Believe it or not, they'd be shunting now. It goes to show you how health and safety is now. We can hardly go down into the back of the yard there now, but at that time, there wasn't any health and safety. So just those men did their job. They were shunting down at the quay, putting on wagons, taking off wagons, and it was a hectic time at the quay that time, very busy. And as you can see, if you go down to the back of the steam shed there's a turntable, and that was the turntable that turned those locomotives of those engines towards the east. But it's in
and how did they turn it?
They turned it by one man turned that.
That's
believe it or not.
The engine
there was a knack, there was a technique in it now, not any ordinary person coming off the road to turn it. There was a technique in it, or a procedure that they worked out. But that was the steam engine, and that was Westport, and it's a great crowd here this morning.
This train. Have you ever seen this train before?
This particular train I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of the older engines. Like a lot of those engines would have been built at Broadstone originally. This one, I think, is an English
Derby. It's on 47. Yeah.
More than likely, it was built maybe in Manchester.
Derby, it was built.
And Derby was another place, and Sheffield was another. They had, but our engines, per se, were built at Broadstone, and most of them were built at the end of, we'll say, the 19th century, and they kept them going here until we were kids at the quay. They were going till there was engines coming in and out here, steam engines just up to about 68, and but at the quay the goods engines were still being used up to that time as well. So there was a lot of steam activity here. So
you had a bit of fun around it as well.
Oh sure, look, we knew all the stokers and the firemen and the engine men, but they were all lovely people. God bless them. All in heaven now. I don't think there's anyone now left of that era. Like I think they're all gone. Okay.